This is page 67, chapter 7. We're going to get to page 72, hopefully. What on earth could she think of to say next? Kit wondered in desperation. She sat looking down at her folded hands, reluctantly to lift her eyes to the young man who sat on the bench across the wide hearth. She knew that when she looked up she would find William Ashby's gaze fixed steadily upon her. For the last half hour they had sat so. When a young man came to call, what did one talk about? Was it all up to the girl? She had tried her best, but William seemed content just to sit, his back stiffly straight, his large capable hands resting squarely on his sturdy wool-clad knees. He looked impressive in his cinnamon broadcloth coat and the fine linen shirt. His glossy beaver hat and the white gloves were laid carefully on a chair near the door. William seemed to feel that merely by coming he had done his share. Apparently it was up to her to provide the conversation. Aunt Rachel had laid a special fire to the company room and set lighted candles on the table. From the kitchen across the hall, Kit could hear the voices of the family as they sat cosily about the fire that was still welcome on the cool May evenings. Tonight she longed to be with them. She would welcome even the Bible reading at this moment. She took a deep breath and tried again. Is it always so chilly in England, even in May? William considered this. I think this spring is a bit warmer than usual, he decided. As though in answer to her urgent prayer for relief, a knock sounded on the outside door. As Aunt Rachel went to answer, Kitten heard John Holbrook's voice. Her aunt welcomed him cordially, and in a few moments he put her head in at the parlor door, her understanding glance taking in the two silent young people. Why don't you both come and join us, she suggested. John Holbrook has come to call, and we can pop some corn for a treat. Bless Aunt Rachel. Oh, over a handful of fluffy white kernels. William relaxed a trifle. There was something irresistible about popcorn. John, his pale cheeks flushed with the heat, managed a long shaker with a practised hand. Judith blossomed suddenly in the firelight, and her laughter was infectious. Mercy's eyes were shining with the pleasure. Rachel, with a ghost of the charm she must once have possessed, succeeded in drawing William, if not actually in the circle, at least to its warm circumference. Even Matthew unbent enough to ask courteously, "Does your father have all this field sown?" "Yes, sir," replied William. "Notice he's cutting some trees up Vexation way." "Yes, I'm planning to build my house come autumn. We have marked some good white oak for the clapboards." Kit stared at him. William had not spoken so many words all the evening. Aunt Rachel encouraged him. "My husband tells me you have been appointed viewers of fences," she smiled. "That is a fine honor for so young a man." "Thank you, ma'am. With all the new land grants I've been hearing of, that will be an important duty," added Mercy helpfully. "Yes," agreed William. "The Assembly has voted that there should be no unclaimed land left in all Hertford County." "A wise move," put in Matthew. "Why should we leave land for the King's Governor to grant to us his favourites?" William turned to the older man respectfully. "Are you not afraid," he asked, "that we are likely to anger the King the more by such hasty actions?" "Are you so afraid to anger the King?" scoffed Matthew. "No, sir, but we cannot hope to hold out against him. If we submit to his governor now, without a struggle, are we not more likely to retain for ourselves some rights and privileges? By provoking his anger we may lose them all." Kit could scarcely believe her ears. William Ashby was neither speechless nor dim-witted. He even dared to stand up to her uncle. With new respect she moved to pass him the wooden bowl of popcorn, and to it she added the smile that caused him to lapse again into scarlet-faced silence. Matthew Wood did not notice the interruption. "Surrender our charter, and we lose all," he thundered. "The charter was given to Connecticut by King Charles 25 years ago. It guarantees every right and privilege we have earned, and the very ground we stand on and the laws we have made for ourselves. King James has no right to go back to his brother's pledge. What do you say, Master Holbrook? Or has your teacher poisoned your mind as well? I believe we should keep the charter, sir?" John's eyes were on fire, and his voice sounded troubled. "But Dr. Berkeley says that Connecticut has misinterpreted the charter. His knowledge of the law is so wide. He says that justice is not always served by our courts, and—" "Bah!" Matthew Wood pushed back his chair and rose to his feet. "Justice! What do you young men know about rights and justice? A soft life is all you have ever known. Have you felled the trees in a wilderness and built a home with your bare hands? Have you fought off the wolves and the Indians? Have you frozen and starved through a single winter? The men who made this town understood justice. They knew better than to look for it in the king's favor. The only rights worth all the toil and sacrifice are the rights of free men, free and equal under God, to decide their own justice. You'll learn, mark my words, some day you'll learn to your sorrow." He stumped off the stairs without a good night. Oh dear, could there never be a pleasant moment without the senseless argument? After Matthew's departure, the conversation never really righted itself. Kit jumped as the square clock in the corner twanged 8 o'clock. Only 1 hour! It seemed like the longest evening she had ever lived through. William rose deliberately to his feet. "Thank you for your hospitality, Mistress Wood," he said politely. John looked up, startled that the time had passed so quickly, and followed William's example. As the door shut behind their backs, a long sigh escaped Kit. "Well, that's over with," she exclaimed. "At least we won't have to go through that again." "Not till next Saturday night, at least," laughed Mercy. Kit shook her head positively. "He'll never come back again," she said. Was she altogether relieved at the thought? "Why, whatever makes you say that, child?" asked Rachel, busily raking up the fire. "Couldn't you see he hardly spoke a word to me? And then Uncle Matthew—" "Oh, they all know about father." Judith dismissed the quarrel airily. "William said he was starting to build his house, didn't he? What more could you want him to say? He just happened to mention that. William Ashby never just happened to mention anything in his life," said Judith. "He knew exactly what he was saying." "I can't see why building a house—" "Don't you know anything, Kit?" scoffed Judith. "William's father gave him the land 3 years ago on the 16th birthday, and William said that he would never start to build his house until his mind was made up." "That's ridiculous, Judith. He couldn't mean any such thing so soon." "Could he, Mercy?" "I'm afraid he could." Mercy smiled at her cousin's confusion. "I agree that William was telling all of us, you most of all, that his mind is made up. Whether you like it or not, Kit, William is going to come courting." "But I don't want him to." Kit was close to panic. "I don't want him to come at all. We can't even talk to each other." That's the end of page 72, and we'll start again later.